Tory leadership leader Rishi Sunak has been accused of revealing his true colours after a video emerged appearing to show him telling party members he had diverted funds from disadvantaged urban areas. The economy remains a flashpoint in the campaign after the Bank of England issued a dire warning about recession yesterday.
If you think that Rishi Sunak had a better show, can you put your hand up now, ladies and gentlemen, please?
After the win, the wobble. Team Sunak hoped last night's show of hands in his favour at the end of the Sky News battle for number 10 might mark a turning point for the underdog. But instead, Rishi Sunak was faced with a video released by the New Statesman where he told Tory members he diverted money from poorer city regions to places like Tunbridge Wells.
I managed to start changing the funding formulas to make sure that areas like this are getting the funding that they deserve, because we inherited a bunch of formulas from the Labour Party that shoved all the funding into deprived urban areas.
In a visit to Eastbourne today ahead of another round of members-only hustings.
That was a good night, actually. Fantastic.
Rishi Sunak was unable to dwell on last night's showing for long.
I was making the point that deprivation exists right across our country and needs to be addressed, and that's why we need to make sure our funding formulas recognise that, and people who need help and extra investment aren't just limited to big urban areas.
It was here in number 11 Downing Street that as Chancellor, Rishi Sunak built up a standing among the public and the Tory party. With furlough, the Eat Out to Help Out scheme and cost of living support, Team Sunak were hoping to brand him as the candidate with a proven track record of being on the same side as the British people. But questions remain about his wealth and his background. And what's so damaging about those comments revealed today is that for some Tory members about to cast their vote, it will confirm suspicions that he just doesn't understand the lives of an increasing number of struggling Britons. Meeting investors in the City of London today as part of a drive to slash regulations, Liz Truss framing herself as the only candidate with a realistic means of getting money into people's pockets.
The most important thing is getting the economy going so we avoid a recession. And the business as usual policies aren't working. We need to do more, and that's why I'm determined to reform the economy and keep taxes low.
But how much can she offer? Some fiscal experts fearing the consequences of acting too drastically, too quickly.
What the candidates really need to focus on is growth over the medium term. If they try to prevent a recession now by pouring money into the economy, there's a real chance they'll make things worse because they might pour fuel on the fire of inflation.
For all the efforts on this contest, delivering what Conservative Party members want to hear, focusing too much on one part of the country at the expense of another will be a costly mistake. The eventual winner will have to make sure that they back Britain as a whole if their future is to be guaranteed.